supplies and come draw with me.
Hi everybody, welcome back. Today we are going to be drawing a Christmas sweater or a winter sweater, something warm and cozy. I'm going to show you lots of different little samples that I've been drawing for the last couple of weeks with my kids at school. And just to get you some ideas, I'm going to show you how to draw the sweater. That's the main part. And then you see what you want to add. So I've got the little fox here that I drew. My nephew, he's 5 in kindergarten. He drew one too. And we also drew a little penguin. So if that's something you guys want to know how to draw, make sure that you pause on them and you can take a look. You guys can even make your sweater abstract, which just is line and color. And I've got a little reindeer here with ornaments on his antlers. He's pretty cute. You can always draw a Santa or just something that you're interested in. One of my students, they asked if they could draw a wolf, and I found something like this online for inspiration, and we looked at that. You can just draw a fun Christmas sweater, maybe with a little design. Oh, yep, we've got some Star Wars ones in here. But of course, it could just be anything. Maybe you have fish or trees, which you can do with Christmas trees, or maybe you're really into certain TV shows and movies, and those are fine too. Okay, now one of my favorites, and this is the one that I'm going to show you today, is actually a little elf. And this too is something that I saw online that someone else had done, the little elf. I changed up the little ears and a couple little things, but it was just so cute. So let me show you the sweater, and then we will get started on our drawing. And remember, you are the artist. You can change it up however you want to be art that you really like. All right, so get your paper, grab a pencil. I'm going to grab a marker so that you can see it really well on screen. And the first thing we're going to do, I'm just going to grab one here. Let me grab my cute little reindeer. And you can see my paper is landscape. That means it's wide. It's not tall because I wanted to have lots of room for like the sleeves and everything. So we're turning our paper to the side. And the first thing we're going to draw is our neckline right here. So we're going to go to the very top of our page and draw a U shape right in the middle. Okay. The next thing we're going to draw is the bottom of our sweater. So you can kind of see where it is here, but a really easy way to measure is if you put your hands on your page, you can look that your sweater is about all the space that's left. All right. Let's go ahead, bring our lines up for the sides of our sweater, right up to the armpits, which is about halfway up. Okay, and remember, if I am drawing too fast for you, you guys hit pause and you take your time, okay, and do a really good job on your sweaters. The next line is going to be right here. We're going to do the inside of our sleeve, so we're going to start here at the armpit. I'm going to do an angled line coming down. And I'm going to keep it pretty close to the sweater because I want to have room for the whole sleeve. So again, starting here at the armpit, angled line coming down pretty close to the sweater so I have room for my sleeve. All right, so our next line is our big line. It's going to be the whole shoulder and the sleeve. So come up here to the neckline, the U shape that we made. Okay, let's get my hand out of the way so you can see. I want you to come across for just a little ways because that's our shoulder. Okay, it's just a little ways, and then turn the corner and come down all the way for your sleeve. Let me show you again. Come up to our U shape, go across for a little bit because that's our shoulder, and then turn and come down all the way for our sleeve. All right, and then at the bottom, we close up at the wrist. Now that's our basic sweater. Then there's things that you can add before you even pick your design. Maybe you want to add like the cuff. You know how they have like the little wrist areas, and you don't have to do that. And it doesn't have to be lined. So you can even make yours more fluffy if you want. Totally up to you. And that's something you can leave off. You do not have to add that to your art. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to add it on mine, but you don't have to. What I did was I just extended the length just a little bit. And then I'm going to add some lines. And then when I'm all done, I'm also going to cut it out, and then they're just extra cute that way. And I'm going to go ahead and add one to this side too. And again, this is optional. You do not have to add this if you don't want to draw that on your art. And again, you can have it at the neck as well. Or you can have a different kind of a collar. You can have a zigzaggy one that's kind of like an elf collar. And that would be really cute. All right, so that's the basic little sweater shape. And now you choose as the artist. Maybe there was a different pattern that you saw that you really liked, things that I've been drawing with my students. But I'm going to show you the little elf. And you, again, you can pick one of the other things. You can just go back in the video and pause on it and then use it for reference as you draw. All right, so for our little elf, I'm going to put right here at the chest of my sweater, I'm going to put a big U shape. And you know what? I'm going to tilt it to the side so it looks like my elf is coming in from the side. All right, little curved line at the top right here. This is going to be where my hat meets my head. Okay, and let's go ahead and make that fun hat. So I'm going to start right here. I'm going to put in an arch to start. So see, it was just like a little rainbow, but then I'm going to keep going almost like I'm making the number 6. Okay, do you see how I did that? And now I'm going to swirl my way out. Watch how I do that. So here's where I stopped. I'm going to go back out the way I came. But as I get up to here, don't keep coming back to the head. I'm going to want to go all the way over to the other side, way over here. Boop, right there. All right, so go ahead, put yours, and I'm going to straighten out my line a little bit. Get a little wobbly. That happens. All right, ears, right here where our hat meets our head, put a diagonal line. And to finish the ear, a letter C. Let's do it on the other side. Right here by where the hat meets our head, diagonal line up, and the letter C coming back. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to have a happy elf. And I'm going to have just little wisps of hair. Okay, so you put your hair how you would like on your elf. And let's go ahead and put in our shirt. So I'm going to come right over here under the cheek by the chin, curved line, and I'm aiming for right below the armpit area. Okay, the next line I'm going to start on the other cheek, but this one I'm going to curve down to the bottom of the sweater. Right down to the bottom. All right, next thing, let's go ahead and add in our arms. And of course, you can have your elf can be holding something if you want. Totally up to you. So I just have 2 lines coming off, one starting right here where my shirt started. And then for our hands, let's just keep them really simple and put just a little oval there, little half oval. I'm going to put another little shirt sleeve over here and a little half oval for our hand. And now, of course, we get to go in and add any extra little details and designs. I'm going to do this one. I really like how this turns out. So here we go. I'm going to show you that one. And again, you can change it up because you are the artist. I'm going to start with a line right across, but this is my starting point, and I'm going to do that again and again and again as I work my way around my elf's shirt. And that's going to be my elf's shirt design. And the trick is just to keep starting in the same place. I got to keep going out on the other direction, still starting in the same place. And remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to have some fun. Draw our little sweater, something cozy and warm that we might want to wear. I know some people will call them ugly Christmas sweaters, but I think they're all cute and I think they're super fun. All right, so let's go ahead. I'm going to add, I love when sweaters or jackets have the little elbow pads. I think that's so cute. I'm going to add that to mine. And again, you do not have to add that if you don't want to, but if you do, it's just a half circle or half oval with some little lines for stitching. Okay, I'm going to show you guys just a really quick little snowflake. All right, here we go. Plus sign, an X, And you can leave it like that, or we can add little details to each of the lines. And again, you do not have to do that if you don't want to. Plus X, little design. And remember, every single snowflake is different from other snowflakes. So you can make as many as you want. And they don't have to be perfect. You can just make them however you like. And you can leave some plain with nothing on them. Oop, that one got one less line. It just ran out of space. Isn't that fun? All right, I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna add color. I've been using marker with most of my students because they're at home working too, and I'm not sure what you guys have. So whether it's marker or crayon or color pencil, whatever you have is fine. I'm actually going to use, I have some really neat skin colored browns and creams here. So I'm gonna grab one, I'm gonna give my elf some color with crayon, and then the rest will probably be in marker. You guys can always mix them up. Use a little bit of everything. That is not his arm. It was supposed to be his sleeve. Oops. Let's see. I know it's crayon, but I'm going to try to erase some because that's going to be where marker goes. You know what it is? I've been teaching art all day. We have drawn so much and had so much fun and had so many ideas. We've just been drawing and drawing. I have learned to draw all kinds of things that I've never drawn before until this project. Kids wanted to learn how to draw the ballet slippers and the stormtrooper. Those were things I hadn't drawn before. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start adding some color. I've got my Crayola markers here. These are the kind that I use at school. I like them really well. And if you're ever having trouble with your markers, because you get some streaking, try putting 2 coats of color, of ink. So like you put down your 1 coat, and you go down right over the same area again for a second round of color. And sometimes, depending on your paper, that might hide some of your streaks. All right, so here's my first coat of pink down. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in and do a second coat. One last little detail on my little elf. Rosy cheeks. All right, you guys, I know you couldn't see them all throughout the whole thing, but there's really too many anyway. So if there was one you liked, remember, go back, take a look at it. You can hit pause and use it for reference. Hope you enjoyed drawing our sweet little winter sweater. Merry Christmas, you guys. Bye.